This is Chief Petty Officer Ryan Hale, USS Valdez, DDG-47. Recording to ship's log backup system. Date, November 19th, 2024. Time, 0830 hours. We're anchored 12 nautical miles off Destin, Florida. Quarantine protocols active following mandatory vaccination of all crew personnel. The vaccine was supposed to be routine. Every sailor on this boat, all 287 of us, lined up in the mess deck yesterday morning. Some DoD contractor called Helix Biomed developed it. Fast-tracked approval. Lieutenant Commander Sarah Voss administered the injections herself. Ship's medical officer, 15 years in the Navy. I watched her prep each dose from the refrigerated case. Clear fluid in pre-filled syringes. I was number 47 in line. Petty Officer First Class Deshaun Martinez went right before me. When Voss stuck me, the fluid burned going in, like battery acid under my skin. She put her hand on my shoulder and said, "Normal reaction. You'll feel some discomfort for a few hours." The first adverse reaction hit at 18:30 hours yesterday. Seaman Apprentice Tyler Gorman, Engineering Division. 19 years old, from Nebraska. He collapsed during evening chow. Just dropped his tray and went down hard. Split his head open on the deck edge. Doc Voss got him to sick bay within 5 minutes. Then fireman Julio Ramos started coughing. Wet, tearing sounds like his lungs were shredding. He coughed up blood onto his dinner tray. Dark blood, almost black. By 2100 hours, we had 8 sailors showing symptoms. By midnight, 23. I'm making this recording because as of 0600 this morning, I'm the acting Command Master Chief. The actual CMC, Senior Chief Petty Officer Leonard Briggs, is in sick bay. Severe respiratory distress, subcutaneous discoloration spreading from his injection site. Dark purple. Spreads too fast to be normal bruising. Captain Marcus Reeves convened an emergency meeting at 0700. Department heads only, but he brought me in as acting CMC. The captain looked like he hadn't slept. Current count, he said. No preamble. Voss consulted her tablet. 47 personnel showing stage 1 symptoms. Respiratory distress, subcutaneous discoloration, elevated temperature. 23 have progressed to stage 2, severe vascular complications, internal hemorrhaging, behavioral changes. Behavioral changes? Lieutenant Rodriguez, weapons officer. Aggression. Confusion. 3 patients have had to be physically restrained. They were trying to remove their IVs. Trying to leave sick bay. Contact with Helix Biomed? The captain asked. Radio silence, said Lieutenant Ward, communications. Their emergency contact line goes to voicemail. The DoD liaison isn't responding. What about Fleet Medical? They've ordered us to maintain quarantine and document all symptoms. No extraction authorized until we confirm the outbreak is contained. Voss set her tablet down. The symptom progression doesn't match any known allergic or immune response. The vascular discoloration is spreading in geometric patterns. I ran labs on 6 patients. Their hemoglobin is crystallizing. There's a foreign protein structure I can't identify. It's like the vaccine is rewriting their cellular biology. Nobody spoke. Whatever was in those syringes, Voss said, it wasn't a standard vaccine. The captain stood. Full quarantine remains in effect. Nobody leaves this ship. Doc, establish isolation protocols for stage 2 patients. Chief Hale, manage the uninfected crew. Keep them calm. Keep them working. Lieutenant Ward, keep trying to reach someone. Rodriguez, I want armed guards on the boats. Nobody launches without my direct order. Armed guards, sir? This crew is one panic away from mutiny. I won't have it. I went to the mess deck to address the crew. Probably 100 sailors packed in, all looking at me like I had answers. Listen up, I said. You all know the situation. Some of our shipmates are sick. Doc Voss is handling medical. Captain Reeves is handling command. We're U.S. Navy. We don't panic. We take care of each other. Clear? Petty Officer Second Class Amanda Choi stood up. Fire control man, tough as nails. Chief, with respect, are we infected? All of us. We all got the same shot. We're monitoring everyone. If you feel sick, report to sick bay immediately. And if we're all going to get sick, Martinez. His injection site was wrapped in bandages. Discoloration visible above the gauze. Then what? We're 12 miles from shore, I said. If this is infectious, beaching this ship could spread it to civilians. We stay put until we have answers. Fuck that. Seaman Rick Paulson, Deck Division. Big guy. My family's in Pensacola. I'm not dying out here. Current count at 0830. 63 stage 1 patients. 31 stage 2. 3 deaths. Gorman went first. Ramos next. Then Petty Officer 3rd Class Jennifer Wu. 26 years old. Engaged to be married next spring. I can hear them now. The sick ones. 2 decks below. The sounds carry through ventilation. Coughing. Screaming. Some aren't making human sounds anymore. Time, 1,430 hours. Day 2 of quarantine. The captain is dead. Captain Marcus Reeves died at 1,347 hours. Stage 2 progression. He started showing symptoms at 1,100, discoloration spreading up his neck. By 1,200, he was coughing blood. By 1,300, he was incoherent. Voss tried everything. Nothing worked. He died like the others. Vascular collapse. Internal hemorrhaging. His final words were "scuttle the ship." He said it 3 times, looking right at me. Then he was gone. Lieutenant Commander Derek Ashford is now acting captain. Executive officer. He's competent, good at logistics, paperwork. But he's not a combat leader. He's never had to make a life or death call with incomplete information. Current count, 112 stage 1 patients. 68 stage 2. 14 dead. We've lost control of sick bay. Too many patients, not enough space. Voss converted 2 birthing compartments into isolation wards. Healthy sailors acting as corpsmen. Kids barely out of high school, holding down their shipmates while they seize and bleed out. Martinez is stage 2 now. I watched him deteriorate over 6 hours. The discoloration spread across his chest. His breathing went ragged. He started speaking in fragments. At 13:15, he tried to bite hospital corpsman 2nd Class Luis Mendoza. They had to restrain him. I visited him before he lost coherence. He grabbed my arm and said, "Chief, don't let them take the ship to shore. Promise me." "I promise. I got a kid, 3 years old. Mia. If this thing gets loose." "It won't." He laughed. Wet, bubbling sound. "You don't know that." He coughed blood. "Scuttle it. Like the captain said. Sink this fucking boat and everyone on it." "You're not thinking straight." "I'm thinking perfect. The infection's in all of us. We're all going stage 2 eventually. Better we die out here than spread this to the coast." I didn't argue. He's probably right. Ashford called another meeting at 1400. Department heads plus me. Rodriguez was missing, stage 2, restrained in isolation. Ward was there but looked terrible. Discoloration visible on her neck. She had maybe 6 hours. "Options," Ashford said. His hands were shaking. "We need extraction," Ward said. Hoarse voice. "Get the healthy crew off this ship. Burn it or scuttle it afterward. Save who we can." "Fleet says no extraction until we confirm containment," Ashford said. "We're a floating hot zone. Nobody comes near us." "So we're expendable," Lieutenant Ellis said. Engineering officer. 28 years old. "They're letting us die to protect the mainland. They're following protocol." "Fuck protocol." Ellis stood. "I've got 60 sailors in engineering. Most still healthy. I can get the engines to full power. We make a run for international waters." "That what?" I interrupted. "We die in the Atlantic instead of the Gulf. Changes nothing. It buys us time. Maybe someone develops a treatment." "There's no treatment coming," Voss said. Flat. Exhausted. "I've tried everything. Nothing slows the progression. This isn't a normal pathogen. The foreign protein structure is rewriting vascular tissue at the cellular level, like advanced nanobiotech, designed to transform human tissue into something else." "Transform it into what?" Ashford asked. "I don't know. Patients don't survive long enough for me to see the endpoint. But the pattern is consistent. Geometric. Deliberate. This was engineered." Silence. "So we're test subjects," Ellis said. "Helix Biomed wanted to see what this does to a contained population. We're guinea pigs." "That's speculation," Ashford said. "Is it? Where's the DoD liaison? Where's Helix Biomed? Why isn't anyone answering?" Ellis's voice rose. "They knew. They fucking knew what they were giving us." "Keep your voice down, Lieutenant." "Why? The crew already knows we're fucked. You put armed guards on the boats. That tells them everything." Ashford's jaw tightened. "We are United States Navy. We maintain discipline. We maintain order." "Order? Half the crew is dying and the other half is about to mutiny. There's no order left. Just choosing how we die. Then we die doing our duty." Our duty is to protect American lives. If that means scuttling this ship before infection spreads, then that's what we do. I won't sink my own ship. Then you're killing everyone on the coast. Ellis looked at me. Chief, you agree? The captain's last order was to scuttle. He knew what had to be done. I did agree, but saying it meant mutiny, meant killing 287 people. I follow the chain of command, I said carefully. Commander Ashford is the captain now. His call. Ellis shook his head. Cowards answer, Chief. Watch yourself, Lieutenant. Or what? We'll all be dead by tomorrow. Ashford stood. This meeting is over. Chief Hale, a word. When we were alone, Ashford sat heavily. The crew is going to mutiny. You know that. Yes, sir. Can you stop it? Maybe. If you give them hope. What hope can I give? We're dying. No cure. Fleet won't extract us. The captain ordered me to scuttle, and I refused. He rubbed his face. I can't kill this crew, Ryan. I can't give that order. First time he'd used my first name. The mask was cracking. Sir, if the infection spreads to the coast. I know the math, but there are still healthy sailors on this ship. People who might survive. I will not murder them to satisfy a doomsday scenario that might not happen. The captain thought it would happen. The captain was dying when he gave that order. He wasn't thinking clearly. He was thinking perfectly clearly. So was Martinez. Both said the same thing, scuttle before it spreads. Ashford walked to the porthole, looked at the Gulf. I spent 20 years working toward command. I'm not going to make my first major decision be sinking my own ship. It might be the only decision that matters. He turned. Are you saying you'd support a mutiny, Chief? Loaded question. I'm saying the crew is scared. Scared sailors make bad decisions. If you want to prevent mutiny, give them a reason to stay disciplined. Right now, they think we're all going to die no matter what. Like what? I don't know, sir. That's above my pay grade. He almost smiled. Dismissed, Chief. I left and nearly ran into Choi, waiting in the passageway. 3 sailors with her, Paulson, Seaman Rito Okoye, Petty Officer First Class Terrence Blake. All healthy, all angry. We need to talk, Chief, Choi said. Not here. Yes, here. We're out of time. I looked at them, saw determination, fear, decision already made. What do you want? We're taking a boat, Paulson said. Tonight, after dark. You can come with us or stay out of our way. There are armed guards. Blake is one of the guards. He's coming with us. Blake nodded. I'm not dying out here. If there's a chance I'm not infected, I'm taking it. You'll spread the infection to shore. Maybe I'm clean. Maybe we all are. We didn't show symptoms yet. There's no lucky with this thing. Everyone who got that shot is infected. Just a matter of time. You don't know that. Doc Voss thinks everyone is infected. The protein structure is in all our blood. Some of us just progress slower. Then we're dead anyway. So what's the difference if we die on shore with our families or out here alone? I understood. If I had family in Pensacola, I'd be planning the same thing. How many are going? I asked. 12 so far. You spread word and Ashford will lock down the boat deck. That's why we're telling you, Choi said. You're acting CMC. You have access everywhere. You can get us to the boats without alerting guards. You're asking me to help you mutiny. We're asking you to help us survive. Paulson stepped forward. Chief, you've been Navy longer than I've been alive. You know what the right call is. The captain knew. Martinez knew. Ashford's a good officer, but he's not a wartime leader. He's going to get us all killed. The hard choice is scuttling the ship. No, the hard choice is admitting we're expendable. Ashford can't do that. Can you? I thought about Martinez's daughter. 3 years old. Too young to remember her father dying, but old enough to catch an infection if it spread. I thought about the captain's last words. Scuttle the ship. 3 times. Last words of a dying man who understood the stakes. I thought about 287 sailors. How many still healthy? Maybe 50? And how many would stay healthy tomorrow? I need time to think, I said. We don't have time, Choi said. We're going tonight at 0200. With or without you. They left me in the passageway. I could hear the sick ones 2 decks below. Coughing. Screaming. Wet tearing sounds that weren't human anymore. I stood there for a long time. Just listening. Time. 2,145 hours. Day 2. Current count. 154 stage 1 patients. 103 stage 2. 29 dead. More than half the crew infected. The isolation wards packed beyond capacity. Voss running out of restraints, sedatives for supplies. 2 corpsmen collapsed from stress. 1, hospital corpsman Seaman Kyle Torres, started showing symptoms and had to be restrained in his own ward. 19 years old. Kid from Texas. He cried when they strapped him down. Kept apologizing to Voss for getting sick. Like it was his fault. I left before he progressed to stage 2. I spent 3 hours walking the ship. One last tour. The Valdez. Burke-class destroyer. 505 feet long, 9,200 tons. Aegis combat system, VLS cells, 5-inch gun, CIWS mounts, torpedo tubes. Built to fight. Built to protect. Now a plague ship. Floating coffin. I found Martinez at 2030. Still restrained in isolation. Still alive. Barely. The discoloration had spread across his entire torso. His breathing shallow, ragged. Eyes open but unfocused. Martinez, I said. It's Chief Hale. He blinked. Some recognition. Chief. Barely a whisper. I'm sorry, man. Mia. His daughter's name. She's safe. She's on shore. Far away from here. Good. He coughed. Blood on his lips. Scuttle. I don't know yet. Do it. More forceful. Promise. I promise. He relaxed. Closed his eyes. Thank you. I stayed with him until he died. 23 minutes. When his breathing stopped, I found Mendoza and reported the death. Then I went to find Choi. She was in forward berthing with Paulson, Blake, Okoye, and 8 others. 12 total. They'd gathered supplies, water, rations, medical kits, flare guns. Enough for a small boat to make 12 miles. Decision time, Chief, Choi said. I looked at them. Young sailors. Scared. Desperate. Maybe infected. Probably infected. But still alive. Still human. I can't help you, I said. Paulson swore. Then get out of our way. I can't do that either. You going to stop us? Blake's hand moved to his sidearm. Because I'll do what I have to do. I'm not stopping you. I'm coming with you. Silence. What? Choi said. I'm coming with you. But not to shore. We're taking the boat to scuttle the ship. The hell we are, Paulson said. Listen to me. Chief voice. Calm. Authoritative. You want to beach this ship, you're killing everyone on the coast. That's not speculation. That's medical fact. Doc Voss confirmed everyone who got injected has the foreign protein in their bloodstream. We're all infected. All of us. The only question is when we progress to stage 2. You don't know that, Okoye said. Yes, I do. And so do you. You've seen how this works. 12 hours, 24 hours, 36 hours, doesn't matter. Everyone gets sick. Everyone dies or turns violent. No immunity. No cure. Just choosing whether we die out here or take 1 million people with us. So your answer is kill ourselves? Blake said. My answer is follow the captain's last order. Scuttle the ship. Make sure this infection dies with us. I have a family. We all have families. I shouted. Lost control. You think you're the only one? I got a sister in Mobile. 2 nephews. You think I want to die out here? I don't. But I'll be goddamned if I let this thing spread to them because I was too selfish to do what's necessary. Nobody spoke. I lowered my voice. The captain knew. Martinez knew. Every sailor who progressed to stage 2 and had one moment of clarity, they all knew. Scuttle the ship. That's the only call. And if Ashford won't give the order, then we give it for him. That's mutiny, Choi said quietly. Yes, it is. We could be court-martialed. Executed. We're already dead. The question is whether we die as cowards or sailors. Paulson laughed. Dark sound. You're really going to use a patriotism speech? Now, I'm going to use whatever works. Because you know I'm right. All of you know it. Silence. Then Blake spoke. How do we scuttle a destroyer? Engineering spaces. Blow the sea valves, flood the compartments, open the magazine doors. She'll go down in under an hour. What about the crew? The ones still healthy? We get them to the boats first. Lifeboats, ribs, anything that floats. Give them a choice. Stay on the ship or take their chances in the Gulf. Some will want to beach it. Let them. But the ship goes down. You're asking us to kill our shipmates, Okoye said. I'm asking us to save the coast. There's a difference. Choi looked at the others. Silent communication. Then she nodded. All right, Chief. We're with you. Blake, you're with me. We're going to engineering. The rest of you spread the word. Everyone in the berthing spaces. Tell them what's happening. Give them the choice. Boats or ship. But make it clear, the Valdez is going down either way. They scattered. I grabbed Blake and headed aft. We didn't make it. Lieutenant Ellis found us in the passageway. Armed. 3 sailors with him, all engineering division. They looked determined. Chief, Ellis said. Going somewhere? Engineering spaces. On the captain's orders. Captain's dead. And Ashford didn't give any orders about engineering. He smiled. No humor. But I did. I'm taking the ship to international waters, getting us far enough out that fleet can't stop us. Maybe we buy enough time for a treatment. Lieutenant, you're talking about mutiny. So are you. Blake just told me your plan. Scuttle the ship. Kill everyone aboard. He shook his head. Not happening. The captain ordered. The captain was delirious. And you're not captain. Right now, I'm the ranking officer in engineering, and I say we're taking this ship to sea. And spreading the infection. Maybe, but it's better than guaranteed death. He raised his weapon. I don't want to shoot you, but I will if you try to stop me. Blake's hand moved to his sidearm. The 3 sailors with Ellis did the same. Mexican standoff. This is insane, I said. We're already dead. I'm trying to save who I can. By running? By hoping? That's not a plan. It's better than yours. Ellis stepped forward. You and Blake are going to the brig. You'll stay there until we're clear of territorial waters. I'm following the captain's orders. The captain's dead. I'm in command now. The XO is in command. Ashford's weak. He can't make the hard calls. Someone has to. He gestured with his weapon. Move. Now. I didn't move. Ran the math. 5 armed sailors. 2 of us. Bad odds. But if I went to the brig, the ship wouldn't be scuttled. Ellis would take us to international waters. We'd die slowly, spreading the infection. Last chance, Chief. I looked at Blake. He nodded. Understood. We drew simultaneously. I got my weapon up first, aimed at Ellis. Blake covered the 3 sailors. Nobody fired. Nobody wanted to kill a shipmate first. Stand down, Lieutenant, I said. You first. I'm following the captain's orders. You're committing mutiny. We're both committing mutiny. Difference is, I'm trying to save lives. You're trying to save yourself. His jaw tightened. Maybe. But I'm also trying to save my crew. The 60 sailors in engineering who don't deserve to die because you're too scared to fight for them. Fighting means risking the coast. Fuck the coast. They wrote us off. Fleet, DOD, whoever authorized this vaccine, they killed us. We don't owe them anything. We owe them everything. We're US Navy. We protect. We don't run. Protect who? We're 12 miles out with no support and no cure. We're all ready. He stopped. Coughed. Small sound. Then harder. Wet. I saw it in his eyes. The realization. He coughed blood. Spatter on the deck. His hand went to his chest, pressing where the discoloration would be starting. Under his uniform. Spreading. No, he said. No, not yet. I need more time. Lieutenant. Shut up. He kept his weapon on me. I'm fine. It's just a cough. You're stage 1. You know what that means. I said I'm fine. He coughed again. More blood. I'm getting this ship to international waters. I'm getting my people out. Your people are all infected. Just like you. You don't know that. Yes, I do. So do you. He lowered his weapon slowly. Looked at the 3 sailors with him. All of them took a step back. Fear in their eyes. Fear of him. Don't, Ellis said. Don't look at me like that. I'm your officer. I'm getting you out of here. Lieutenant, one of them said. Petty Officer 2nd Class Gregory Navarro. Sir, you need to go to sick bay. I need to get to engineering. He stumbled. Caught himself against the bulkhead. The discoloration was visible now, creeping up his neck above his collar. Dark purple. His weapon clattered to the deck. He slumped. Blake and I moved simultaneously. Got to him before he fell. Navarro helped lower him down. Sick bay, I said. Chief, Ellis grabbed my arm. Weak grip. Don't scuttle. Please. Give us a chance. I'm sorry, Lieutenant. My crew. Promise me you'll save. Cough. Blood. Promise. I'll do what I can. His eyes closed. Navarro and another sailor carried him aft. The 3rd sailor, Petty Officer 3rd Class Emma Larson, stayed with us. She looked shell-shocked. What do we do now, Chief? Your job. What's your rating? Machinist mate. Engineering division. Good. You're coming with us. We need to open the sea valves. That'll sink the ship. I know. She didn't argue, just nodded and followed. We made it to main engineering at 2,210 hours. The space was mostly empty, half the crew in sick bay, the rest scattered. A few watchstanders at their posts. They looked up when we entered. "Chief Hale," one said. "Petty Officer First Class Isaiah Carter." "Sir, what are you doing here?" "Following the captain's orders." "We're scuttling the ship." Dead silence. "You're what?" Carter said. "Opening sea valves. Flooding compartments. The Valdez goes down in 45 minutes. You have that long to decide if you want to be on a lifeboat or go down with her." "This is mutiny. This is following the captain's last direct order. He said scuttle, so we scuttle." "Ashford's the captain now." "What does he say?" "Ashford's afraid to make the call." "I'm not." Carter looked at Blake, Larson, then back to me. "Chief, you're asking us to kill ourselves. I'm asking you to stop a pandemic. There's a difference. We don't know this thing will spread to shore." "Yes, we do. Everyone who got injected has the protein structure in their blood. We're all infected. The only question is whether we take the coast with us when we die." I kept my voice level. "Lieutenant Ellis just showed symptoms. He was healthy 6 hours ago. That's how fast this moves. By tomorrow, there won't be any healthy sailors left. And if we're close to shore when the last of us turns violent, we beach this ship. We spread this infection to every town from Pensacola to Mobile. Millions dead. Or we might be immune," Carter said. "Nobody's fighting this off. You saw Martinez. You saw Wu. Strong sailors, healthy sailors, young sailors, none of it matters. This thing kills everyone. Then why haven't you shown symptoms?" "Good question. 39 hours since injection. Some sailors went stage 1 in 12 hours. I should be sick by now." "I don't know," I admitted. "Maybe I'm just slow to progress. Maybe I've got a few more hours. But I'm not betting the coast on maybe." Larson spoke up. "Chief's right. My brother lives in Biloxi. I'm not risking him catching this because I was too selfish to do the math." "Your brother's already at risk," Carter said. "If Helix Biomed released this once, they'll do it again. Scuttling doesn't stop them." "No, but it stops this outbreak. And that's all we can control right now." Carter looked at the other watchstanders. 3 sailors, all looking to him. He was the senior man. "His call." Finally, he nodded. "All right. We do this, we do it right. We evacuate everyone we can first. Give them a chance to reach shore if they want. Then we flood main engineering, open the magazines, blow the ballast. She'll go down fast." "Agreed. And Chief, if we're wrong about this, if there was a chance we could survive, then we just killed 287 people for nothing." "I know. We spent 20 minutes preparing." Carter knew the systems better than anyone. He walked us through it. Open sea valves in main engineering, engineering berthing, auxiliary machinery rooms. Open magazine doors to flood the VLS cells. Blow compressed air from ballast tanks. The Valdez would take on water from multiple points. No stopping it once we started. "How long until she goes under?" I asked. 40 minutes. Maybe 50 if the watertight doors hold. But they won't, not with this much flooding. Blake coordinated with Choi via radio. She was spreading word throughout the ship. Anyone who wanted to evacuate, report to the boat deck. Lifeboats and ribs would launch at 2,245 hours. Anyone remaining aboard after that was staying to the end. The responses came in over 10 minutes. 63 sailors chose evacuation. The rest, those still healthy enough to move, chose to stay. Some because they were too sick to make it to the boat deck. Some because they didn't believe the infection would spread. Some because they were Navy, and Navy doesn't abandon ship while she's afloat. I made one final announcement over the 1MC ship-wide address. "This is Chief Petty Officer Ryan Hale, Acting Command Master Chief. At 2,245 hours, the USS Valdez will begin scuttling operations in accordance with Captain Reeves's final order. All personnel wishing to evacuate should report to the boat deck immediately. All personnel remaining aboard should proceed to their muster stations and prepare to abandon ship. I know this isn't the end any of us wanted. I know you're scared. I am too. But we are United States Navy. We protect. We serve. And sometimes that means making the hardest call. Captain Reeves understood that. So did every sailor who died these past 2 days. We will honor them by doing our duty. By stopping this infection here. By protecting the coast they swore to defend. It has been my honor to serve with you. Fair winds and following seas. Hail out." I killed the mic, looked at Carter, Blake, Larson. The 3 watchstanders. 6 sailors about to sink their own ship. Last chance to evacuate, I said. Nobody will blame you. I'm staying, Chief, Carter said. Me too, Larson said. Blake just nodded. The others echoed agreement. All right then. I checked my watch. We flood at 22:45. That's 8 minutes. Get to your stations. They moved. Carter to the sea valves. Larson to the auxiliary spaces. Blake coordinating damage control. The watchstanders monitoring systems. I stood in main engineering and listened to the ship. The hum of generators. The whoosh of ventilation. The distant sounds of 6 sailors 2 decks above. This ship had been home for 8 months. Good ship. Strong ship. She deserved better than this. At 22:44, Carter radioed. Chief, we're ready. Say the word. I thought about Martinez. About Wu. About Torres and Gorman and all the others. 29 dead. 258 still alive. But for how long? I thought about my sister in Mobile. Her 2 boys. 8 and 10 years old. Too young to die because their uncle was too afraid to make the hard call. I thought about Captain Reeves. Scuttle the ship. 3 times he said it. Last words of a dying man who understood the stakes. Open the valves, I said. Carter pulled the manual release. The sea rushed in. The water came fast. Too fast. The sound overwhelming. Thousands of gallons per second pouring through open valves. The deck tilted almost immediately, about dropping as forward compartments took on water. All stations report, I said into the radio. Forward engineering flooded. Waters at 3 feet and rising. Auxiliary spaces flooded. 4 feet. Main engineering at 2 feet. Increasing fast. The water reached my ankles. Cold. Dark. Smelled like diesel and salt. Emergency lighting kicked in as main power fluctuated. Red lights cast everything in hellish glow. Boat deck reports all lifeboats away, Blake said. 63 personnel evacuated. 21 showed symptoms before launch. The others looked healthy. How many stayed aboard? 191. Most in sick bay. They can't evacuate. I knew that. Knew we were about to drown nearly 200 sailors. Some of them still human. Still conscious. Still afraid. Chief, Carter said. We need to get to the main deck. This space floods in 10 minutes. You go. I'm staying. The hell you are. You don't have to go down with the ship. Someone does. Captain always goes down with his ship. You're not the captain. Today I am. Carter swore. Fine. I'm staying too. Carter. Don't argue, Chief. I'm the one who opened the valves. I'm seeing this through. The water reached our knees. The ship groaned. Metal protesting as the Gulf poured into her spaces. The tilt increased. 10 degrees. 15. Equipment started sliding across the deck. Blake and Larson evacuated. The watchstanders followed. Carter and I were alone in main engineering as the water climbed. Think the lifeboats will make it to shore? Carter asked. Maybe. If they're not infected, they've got a chance. And if they are, then we killed them for nothing. Cheerful thought. The water reached our waists. The ship tilted further. 20 degrees. Equipment crashed into bulkheads. The emergency lights flickered. Chief, Carter said. What do you think was in that vaccine? Really? I don't know. Some kind of bioweapon. Military experiment gone wrong. Corporate fuck-up. Does it matter? Not really. Just curious who killed us. Probably never know. Probably not. The water reached our chests. Cold was seeping into my bones. The ship groaned again. Louder. The tilt hit 30 degrees. Hard to stand now. I grabbed a support stanchion. Carter did the same. You scared? Carter asked. Yeah, me too. The water reached our necks. I could feel the ship dying beneath us. Feel her accepting the gulf, welcoming the water, settling into her final rest. The emergency lights went out. Darkness. Total. Just the sound of rushing water and creaking metal. Chief. Carter's voice in the dark. Close by. You there? I'm here. Good. Don't want to die alone. You're not alone. The water covered my head. I held my breath. Held the stanchion. The ship rolled further. 40 degrees. 50. Free falling now. Stern rising as the bow plunged. I thought about my sister. Hoped she'd never know what I did. Hoped she'd remember me as the brother who served honorably. Not the mutineer who sank his own ship. I thought about Martinez and Wu and all the others. 29 dead before the scuttle. Maybe they were the lucky ones. Quick deaths. Compared to drowning, my lungs burned. Needed air. But there was no air. Just water. Dark water. Cold water. Gulf water pouring into the Valdez, pulling her down to the bottom. I let go of the stanchion. Let the water take me. Felt the ship rolling, tumbling, falling into the deep. Felt my body spinning with her. Consciousness fading. This is how we die, I thought. Sailors and ship. Together. The darkness took me. I woke up. That was my first surprise. Waking up. I was on a boat. Small boat. RHIB. The rigid-hulled inflatable we used for boarding ops. Someone had pulled me out of the water. Laid me on the deck. Given me a thermal blanket. I opened my eyes. Dawn light. Pink sky. Calm water. The RHIB was adrift, engine silent. Chief. A voice. Female. Choi. I turned my head. She was sitting near the bow. Wrapped in a thermal blanket. Looked like death. But alive. What happened? My voice was raw. Throat burning. Blake pulled you out. You were floating. We thought you were dead. Carter? She shook her head. Just you. Blake, me, Paulson, Okoye. 5 of us on this boat. I sat up slowly. Every muscle screamed. I looked around. Empty water in all directions. No ship. No debris. The Valdez was gone. Sunk. 282 sailors with her. The other boats? I asked. Don't know. We got separated in the dark. Blake tried the radio. No response. How long was I in the water? 20 minutes. Maybe longer. Blake saw you surface and we hauled you in. 20 minutes. Should have drowned. Should have died. Why aren't we dead? I asked. What? We should be dead. From the cold. From drowning. Why aren't we dead? Choi didn't answer. Just pulled her blanket tighter. I looked at my arms. At the injection site where Voss had stuck me 41 hours ago. No discoloration. No bruising. The skin looked normal. Healthy. Choi, I said carefully. When was your injection? You know when. Same as everyone. Day 1. You showing symptoms? No. Blake? Paulson? Okoye? No. None of us. 41 hours since injection. Everyone who'd gotten sick showed symptoms within 36 hours. If we hadn't shown symptoms yet. Start the engine, I said. We need to get to shore. Chief, what if we're infected? What if we're just slow to progress? Then we're dead anyway. But if we're not, if we're somehow immune, then we need to get to a lab. Get our blood tested. Figure out why we survived when everyone else died. The captain said scuttle. We scuttled. We're supposed to die out here. The captain said scuttle to stop the infection from spreading. If we're not infected, that changes things. Choi looked at the others. Blake was at the engine controls. Paulson and Okoye were in the stern. All of them looked at me for guidance. What if we're not immune? Blake asked. What if we're carriers? We get to shore, we spread it anyway. Then we quarantine. Isolate. Get tested. But we don't give up. Not yet. We just killed 282 people, Chief. Our shipmates. Our friends. We don't get to just go home and pretend that didn't happen. I'm not pretending anything. But I'm also not dying in the Gulf because I'm too guilty to fight. We made a call. Maybe it was right. Maybe it was wrong. But we're alive. And until we know for sure we're infected, we have a duty to figure out what the hell happened on that ship. Paulson spoke up. Chief's right. If there's even a chance we're clean, we need to know. For the families. For the investigation. Someone needs to tell the truth about what Helix Biomed did. Blake hesitated, then nodded. Started the engine. The RHIB headed east. Toward shore. Toward land. Toward whatever came next. I sat in the bow and watched the sun rise over the Gulf. Calm water. No debris. No sign the Valdez had ever existed. Just empty sea. I thought about Carter. About the 282 sailors who went down with the ship. About Captain Reeves's last order. Scuttle the ship. Had I done the right thing? Or had I just murdered nearly 300 people for nothing? The question would haunt me for the rest of my life. However long that was. The shore appeared on the horizon. White sand beaches. Hotels. Civilization. We were maybe 40 minutes out. Chief, Choi said. What do we tell them? When we reach shore? The truth. All of it. The vaccine. The infection. The scuttle. Everything. They'll arrest us. Court-martial. Maybe execute. Probably. And you're okay with that? Was I? I'd killed my own crew. Sunk my own ship. Committed mutiny. The Navy would want justice. The families would want answers. I'd give them both. Yeah, I said. I'm okay with it. The RHIB cut through calm water. The engine hummed. The sun climbed higher. We approached shore. I didn't know if we were infected. Didn't know if we'd just doomed the coast. Didn't know if the scuttle had been necessary or if I'd committed mass murder. But I knew one thing. I'd followed the captain's orders. I'd stopped the Valdez from reaching shore while she was still a plague ship. I'd made the hard call. Whether it was the right call, that wasn't for me to decide. The beach was 5 minutes away. I could see people on the sand. Hotels. Cars on coastal roads. Normal life. I touched my injection site one more time. Still no discoloration. Still no symptoms. 42 hours and counting. Maybe I was immune. Maybe we all were. The 5 of us. Or maybe we were just slower to progress. Maybe stage 1 would hit tomorrow. Next week. Next month. I didn't know. Couldn't know. But I'd live with the uncertainty. With the guilt. With the knowledge that I'd killed 282 sailors to protect a coast that might not have needed protecting. That was my burden. My penance. The RHIB reached shallow water. Blake cut the engine. We drifted toward shore. Chief Petty Officer Ryan Hale, I said to Choi. USS Valdez. Acting Command Master Chief. Survivor of Scarlet Bay quarantine. Participant in scuttling operation. That's what you tell them. That's the truth. She nodded. The RHIB scraped sand. We'd reached shore. Whatever came next, arrest, trial, execution, or something else, I'd face it. As a sailor. As a chief. As someone who'd made the hardest call of his life. The Valdez was gone. Carter was gone. 282 sailors were gone. But the coast was safe. I hoped. God help me, I hoped. End recording. U.S. Navy Investigation Log #4477 SB. Chief Petty Officer Ryan Hale, Survivor Testimony. Status, under arrest, pending court-martial. Charge, mutiny, destruction of naval property, 282 counts of negligent homicide. Blood test results, negative for foreign protein structures. Infection status, non-carrier. Final disposition, sealed by Naval Intelligence.